Davis. I'm an MFA student in RTVF, getting my master's in documentary film production. This is my last year, so I'm all but thesis. Yay! I graduated in 2009 from the University of New Mexico with my Bachelor of Arts in Advertising, and now I'm here at UNT. Well, when I graduated, I applied to several different schools, and my goal was, if I didn't get into grad school, I was going to either move to Denver or Dallas. And so I was actually kind of had my heart set on Dallas. So I was actually applying for a sociology master's at TWU, and then I saw that UNT offered RTVF, and I checked out the program, and they offered an MFA, which is the highest that you can get in a fine arts field. So I was excited about that. So I decided to apply, and here I am. I got into working with video probably when I was in high school, when I was about 15 years old. Since I took journalism as an elective, I was dropping some class like psychology that I didn't want to take, so they put me in the video journalism class, and from that point on I had my heart set that I wanted to be a news anchor. But then I got behind the scenes and I started working with editing and stuff, and I really fell in love, and so I took some classes at the college while I was still in high school, and 10 years later, still here. Nice. With the age of the internet, that's kind of changing, especially because equipment's so cheap and accessible now. We're not using 16mm film stock anymore. Everybody can get an HD camera. You can get it on your cell phone. So the idea of filmmaking and storytelling is really changing, and I'm really interested in web videos and kind of where that goes. And there's plenty of opportunities to do web videos in-house if you want to work for a company, or to even do your own series and be an independent filmmaker. Well, it's actually funny. When I was in college at the University of New Mexico, I started out as a film major, and I know that you guys are undecided, and so I started out as a film major, so I switched majors, and I don't know how they do it at UNT, but at that school, for an elective when you're fine arts, if you're in the School of Fine Arts, you take fine arts elective. So all my electives were Psychology 101 or Sociology 101. It was Interpretive Dance 101 and Acting 101. So I had to take, I still graduated in 4 years, but I took winter session classes and summer school classes. But I managed to switch majors, and I was like, let's see where I can take this creativity and kind of use it for something else. But then I didn't really like the idea of selling stuff with my artistic merit, so I kind of went back to the documentary thing, and now I'm kind of back and forth on it now, because I'm kind of interested in doing online advertising through web videos, so I can't really decide where my morals lie artistically, but I say I gave up on my dream and I came back to it though, so that's good. My thesis right now is actually in claymation, and it's the first time I've ever done anything animation's always intimidated me, so I thought, go big or go home for the final project. And so it's a really personal story about me, and kind of in the wake of me facing a reproductive disorder that I found out I had 2 years ago. And so it takes place inside my body, and it's really neat, and it's really interesting, and it's kind of fun to make a documentary that's a little bit outside the box, like an animated documentary. As a master's student, we have a public screening, and so I'd have my own day where I could have a public screening, and that's probably going to, hopefully, if I finish, take place in April or May, and then upon that I will probably apply to several different film festivals. Take a special problems in anthropology, where I work with kids and youth on defining what digital storytelling means in the new age, and kind of giving voice to people that are underrepresented. And so that's been a really interesting project for me to work on, and I think it's pretty valuable to do research with people that are outside of your kind of field of study, especially when you're in grad school. And I think that a lot of people don't do that, but I try to encourage the first years in my program to do that. Other than that, I'm a teaching assistant here, so that keeps me pretty busy. And about it. And I'm interested in getting some more experience, like outside of the academic environment, and then hopefully someday go back and teaching in like either at the university level or with youth. I guess like maybe take one of the classes as an elective. I mean, that's one good way to try it out. That's how actually I switched into advertising. You know, as long as you get a good variety of classes, I think you'll be set once you get your bachelor's. I mean, and if you want to pursue really specific studies, then you might want to consider, you know, an internship that will give you that sort of thing, or, you know, if you continue on with your education. Like, I notice a lot with the undergrads, like they'll like have their project and it's their project and it's their film, you know, and they'll do everything. They'll shoot it, they'll direct it, and they'll edit it. And that's not really how it works in the real world. So, you know, it takes a lot, you know, as a creative person to have somebody else edit your film and have somebody else shoot your film, because they don't really see things the way you are. And I think in the second year in our MFA program, we have to do exactly that. Like, you direct your film, but somebody else is shooting it, and somebody else is editing it, and somebody else is doing the audio. So you have like no control over your vision. Well, you have to have control over your vision, but it's really kind of interesting and a test of how to do that. Control that you have, and like you could change the meaning of images, and like that's the basis of filmmaking, is creating meaning by placing images next to each other. And so I just think that's like a really powerful and visual like way of communication, and that's what got me stuck in it.